Well, today we are having our first Fisher Advanced Manufacturing Forum. At the budget that was just a few short weeks ago, the federal government announced a $1.5 billion advanced manufacturing strategy. Now, this is really important for places like the Sunshine Coast. Since 2016, since I've been the federal member, I've said that I want the Sunshine Coast to be the place to be for education, employment and retirement. Just a couple of days ago, I was talking to an ex-colleague of mine who was telling me that he was chatting to a school principal based on the Sunshine Coast. And the school principal was telling him and lamenting the fact that there were no real decent jobs here on the Sunshine Coast once kids finished Year 12. Now, I know that's not true, and I want to set out to really correct that record. There are some terrific jobs going for people on the Sunshine Coast, but we need to ensure that they get the right skills. We need businesses that are on the Sunshine Coast to step up, take part in this $1.5 billion manufacturing strategy and start to provide the sort of services and skills and technical ability that we know that the Sunshine Coast can deliver. When COVID first hit, we saw a significant problem with our supply chains. We then started to see places and businesses around the country that needed to start stepping up and providing their own manufacturing capabilities. Many of them struggled to do that because, for one reason or another, we have offshored that capability to many other countries around the world. That's fine when everything's going well, but when things turn to custard like they have this year, it's so important that we have the ability to be able to step in and maintain our sovereign capability. That might be things like designing and manufacturing simple things like face masks. Who would have thought that we would have had so much trouble doing that in Australia? But the reality is, over the last 20 or 30 years, we have let our manufacturing decline, and that's to our great detriment. So this has been a great wake-up call to us in Australia. This $1.5 billion manufacturing strategy will provide the sort of impetus that we need on the Sunshine Coast to develop strategies around our industry sectors like food and beverage, like our medical products, like defence and even space. Now, I've been working in the defence space for the last 4 years, trying to encourage great local organisations like HeliMods, and Will Shrapnel will be one of our panellists today, to really enter into that fray and try and aim for the stars to try and win those great defence contracts. As a country, we're spending $270 billion over the next 10 years on defence procurement. I don't want to see all that money being spent in the US or in Europe. We need to encourage terrific local companies like HeliMods to be able to invest in their staff, invest in their equipment and build and create the jobs of the future right here on the Sunshine Coast.
So I guess we've been looking at advanced manufacturing. I mean, we're an aerospace business, but advanced manufacturing is one of our sort of key capabilities we have internally. So that's, I guess, during announcement of initiatives like this, we see opportunities to scale more of our capability that's internal so that we are less reliant on global supply chains and the like to produce an outcome. Well, I guess the COVID pandemic has sharpened the focus on what can be produced, what can be designed, developed, produced locally here. So it's really brought that back into focus, which has certainly helped our business because we've always seen opportunities in doing more locally. But yeah, this has certainly accelerated those concepts, and as well, it's been really important for the resurgence or modernisation of manufacturing. That's a really important dialogue that we're now having.
We've had a hand sanitizer product as part of our portfolio for over 10 years now. So the sales of our hand sanitizer increased overnight. We also manufactured for a number of other major brands of hand sanitizer as well. So our production, we increased to 3 shifts a day pretty much overnight. We employed 20 new staff over the past 6 months and have moved into additional premises with 4 new filling lines and basically tripled our output capacity during COVID. A lot of customers have, I guess, addressed that they have had supply issues with manufacturing overseas, and there is a big push for their customers to return to Australian-made products. So that has seen an increase in inquiries of making their products now onshore. It has allowed us the capital to be able to increase our output capacity. Like I said, we've now tripled, so it means that we can now tender for we've got new machinery that has recently been installed, increased processes, increased staff, that has allowed us to now play with the bigger boys that we weren't before. We now have the ability to say, yes, we can do those larger quantities.
There is big potential in attracting specialised employment on the Sunshine Coast, because they're the people we'll be looking for down the track, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, to look after the equipment they'll be spending all of this money on. So I think there's a huge future for manufacturing and smart sites.
Well, they say that necessity is the mother of invention, and when our supply chains were cut at its most serious time as a result of COVID, we were left flat-footed. We just can't allow that to happen again. Now, we know that these pandemics, the last one was over 100 years ago. Who knows when the next one will be? Who knows when we'll be out of this pandemic that we're experiencing right now? But one thing is for sure, is that we can't allow this country to be in the same situation, and that is just simply subcontracting our vital interests, our sovereign capabilities to other countries overseas. That, the reality is they don't have the same skin in the game, they don't have the same interest in the interests of Australians that we do. So no one's going to do it for us. We've got to step up and do that ourselves, and this $1.5 billion National Advanced Manufacturing Strategy will do just that.